What the heck is that? All right, that don't look good. Welcome to the Friday Night Pickle Party, everybody. Brian's drugging out on us or something.
I have some sinus issues, so
What's going on there?
yeah. I've had a sinus infection the whole week, so I am drinking Dayquil like you pop bottles in the club. What's up?
You know, they give you a little measuring cup on those things, and you're supposed to.
I bought this
measure.
yesterday.
It's empty. Yeah, we don't call
I
that.
just finished it up. Wait. This is yesterday, and I'm gonna finish this NyQuil tonight.
Bro. Yeah.
That's a bottle in 2 days.
All right, you guys hear that? We got to talk about Brian, guys. This is what's going on.
Wait,
Welcome.
Is this what this is? Is this intervention?
There's only me at the moment. I need more people to. Well, it reminds me of Airplane. Do you remember the Airplane movies? Like, picked a bad week to stop sniffing glue.
Oh yeah. Oh man, I miss those movies. I miss all those types of movies that you just can't make anymore.
I know, right?
You can't make any of those movies anymore. And for some of the reasons, probably a good thing. But the majority of the reasons, it's just not. That's why.
I think
what?
No, I think they're on Paramount Plus if you want to watch them.
Yeah, you know what? One of my favorite comedies of all time, and excuse me. Oh, I didn't even mute the mic, did I? I just coughed right into it. Jesus Christ. One of the greatest comedies of all time that a lot of people don't seem to ever mention. So that means it's either underrated or I just have bad taste. Is a movie called Vacation. No, not the Chevy Chase movies.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
But the one with Ed Helms and Christina Applegate, and that kid who's getting a lot of acting roles now. I forgot his name, but it's taking place in the Vacation universe. Like it's Rusty. He's grown up. He's the dad. He's got his kids. He wants to go to the world, whatever it is, Disney World.
Wally World.
Yeah, Wally World. And it is one of the funniest movies I've ever seen in my life. I watch it all the time with my kids. I have to fast forward through some stuff sometimes. Yeah. And we just laugh our butts off, dude. There are moments, and maybe it's not the best movie well-rounded. Maybe it's not the best comedy rounded up. But if you take the individual moments, the individual 20 or so laugh out loud moments, they're all just absolutely hilarious.
Do you think it's better than that movie where they go down to Mexico and it was Ed Helms is in that movie, but he's not the main character. It's the other Saturday Night Live guy. And they go down and his wife is Rachel from Friends. Where they're all acting like a family.
Yeah. You're talking about oh my God, how did I forget this?
I can't remember the name.
You know what threw me off? When you said Rachel from Friends, my brain stopped searching for that movie and started searching for that actress's name, which I should know off the top of my head. This is stupid.
I know, it's really dumb. It's like Brad Pitt and...
Oh my God. Yeah, you always do that to me.
Why do I want to say Angelina Jolie? What's going on here? We should know who this person is. Anyways.
I have to look it up now.
I can't believe I said our character's name. I don't even watch Friends.
Jennifer Aniston.
Jennifer Aniston. But she was great in that movie with... I think it's Brian.
We're really. I'm gonna pull it up real quick, okay?
I can't remember his name, but he's
We're the Millers.
We're the Millers. That was a great movie.
No, that was a great movie, and it's Jason Sudeikis.
Jason Sudeikis, yeah.
Funny thing is, Ed Helms is in that movie too. He plays the drug dealer,
the drug lord, yeah,
the boss, and he's really great in that movie too. In fact, in that movie they have a scene
sharks
where he's like, "Oh, you got sharks here, right?" He goes, No. I have whales. I have killer whales. That's the new thing or something like that.
Yeah.
And a killer whale comes out of nowhere and just eats a shark.
Right. That was a great part of the movie.
Ed Helms is great, man. He doesn't do enough. But that movie has these individual, like 20 or 22 or 23 individual moments that they set him up perfectly and they knock him down. And there's a moment that makes me cry every single time. I'm laughing so hard that my chest starts to hurt, kind of laugh. And that's when the kid is looking at the hot chick. And maybe it's because I watched the original Vacation. And in every vacation movie, except for Christmas, there was always that scene where he's looking at the hot girl.
Oh, no. Christmas has it, too.
Oh, he does it? Okay. So everyone, but in this one, they start doing that scene with the kid. And the kid's looking at a hot chick.
Right.
I don't no FBI me here, but like for his age, an attractive teenager. Yes. And he's getting into it, and the music starts playing. It's like romantic music, Barry White or whatever. And then his kid brother sacks him with a plastic bag and starts choking him out in the back seat.
That's right. Yeah.
And the girl's like, "What the hell's going on?" Oh my God, I laughed so hard. And the funny thing, they had this false start where they're gonna do it with Ed Helms too. He was looking at some girl, then he looks to the right, and that chick gets in an accident, and you're like, "Oh, okay."
Oh, that's right. I remember. Yeah, I've seen that movie. That's cool. I'll have to watch it again.
The van, though, the Prancer.
Was that what it was called?
Yeah. So he couldn't rent a car, so he found this like foreign van he can rent called the Prancer. It had cup holders on the outside of the car. It was like a hybrid, but it had like multiple cords. And
I might have skipped it. You know, I think I might have seen pieces of it, but the reason I didn't watch it is I'm such a fan of the originals that I just had a hard time. Like, I don't know. I wasn't sure I wanted to watch it.
That's what happened. A lot of people watched that movie and they said, "Well, it's not going to be the original." Like, you got to watch as an homage to the original, not as a contender.
Yeah. Well, they should have like let you know it was Rusty. You know, the kid.
In the trailer. They didn't let you know it was Rusty in the trailers.
Right. They should have been like, you know, the kid who was the kid from the original Vacation, or he's back on the road with his own family.
Yeah, the marketing was bad. They even stop at Chevy Chase's house and borrow the old station wagon. Chevy Chase is in the movie, and the woman that plays his mom.
Okay, yeah.
So it is an actual like a sequel to those movies.
It's a sequel. Yeah.
They didn't make that very clear.
Yeah, that would have been better because I felt like it was a reboot. That's what I thought was happening.
Yeah, a lot of people thought it was a reboot. No, it was literally a continuation and homage, and it's one of the funniest movies I've ever seen. It's so funny.
Wow,
and
that's huge.
And I've watched it 50 times, man.
Oh, now I got to watch it because you just said it's the funniest movie you've ever seen.
It's one of the funniest movies I've ever seen. That scene when he's trying to help his kid and he's like macking with some chick in the jacuzzi and Ed Helms gets in there and with the guitar, he's like, "Hey, buddy," he doesn't want to act like his dad, so he's like, "Hey, what's your guys' names?" He goes, "Okay, hey, bro, take off that shirt, show me those guns," and he's trying to help his kid.
Oh, he's trying to help his kid.
He's trying to be like a wingman, but he just sounds like a pedophile.
Right.
She's like, "I gotta go. Are you gonna be okay?" He goes, "I'll be fine."
I feel like I've seen it. It sounds familiar to me. I mean, you remember the part where he lets Rusty in the original Vacation movie where he lets him have a beer. They're on the road and he cracks a beer and he's like hands it over to his kid.
Oh yeah.
That was actually pretty normal back then, by the way.
That was very normal.
Dads used to do that to give kids their
yeah. Because that movie, my kids wanted to watch the other Vacation movies, and we started watching them, and my wife was like, "That's ridiculous." She was talking about that scene. There's a scene where they cut down a Christmas tree. She goes, "This is just ridiculous. None of this is like realistic." I'm like, "Babe, all of that's realistic.
That's the way it was.
That is the way life was. People sled with trash can lids. They cut down Christmas trees. They gave their kids beers. They didn't wear seatbelts. These are all very common things in the 80s.
Yeah, see, Archmage Frey here just said, or Frey, said, "I had no idea it was a sequel. I haven't seen it yet." So they confirmed. See, they did not do a good job of marketing this for us.
No. Yeah, if I had to do like some kind of like video essay about this movie and why it wasn't a huge success, because it's a very, very, very funny movie.
So what else did you do this week besides be terribly sick?
I was in the middle of thought, and now my brain is not working.
Sorry,
sorry.
That thought was nice and.
If I was going to do a video essay, Archmage, I would say the marketing was bad, and that's one reason why. But watch the movie. Yeah. Come back next week and let us know what you guys thought.
Yeah.
What else did I do this week? I was sick, and I recorded you in my studio. I think I almost got you sick.
Oh, I think I dodged it though. I took a bunch of stuff. I put the airborne in and got a bunch of
Yeah.
sleep and worked out.
Yeah, it was funny. So Shane comes to my studio and he's like, our studio, and he's wearing like, an M5 respirator. He's got the pads on. All of his orifices are completely clear. He's got goggles. Like, hey man, you guys ready to record this? Comes in. He has his airborne and all of his vitamins and Z packs. I'm like, bro, it's a cough. It's not COVID.
Let me tell you what. I was actually totally cool till I got to your door. So I got to your door and your wife answered it, and she's like, "What are you doing here?" And I said, "Oh, I've come to record." And she's like, "Are you crazy? He's going to totally get you sick." And it was at that moment I was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm going to get sick."
I know, man. You know, COVID has made everyone so fearful of like. You should have asked her. You should have said, "Are you sick?"
That's a good point. I thought she got you sick.
No, she wasn't sick. The kids wasn't sick. What I said was when she came back from Mexico, I thought maybe she brought something back with her, but so she was a carrier, perhaps. I don't know. I haven't gotten sick in a long time like this, and I really tried to knock it out in like 2 days. Like I literally was like, Shane, I'm asleep for the next 48 hours. I told you that.
Yeah.
And I was knocking back vitamins. I would sleep for like 6 hours, pop a NyQuil, take vitamins, drink a gallon of water, go back to sleep, wake up, pee, pop a NyQuil, vitamins, sleep. And it didn't work, man. Like, I'm barely getting over it 5 days in. Honestly, if you said yesterday, what time you want to do the show? I would have been like, not going to happen this week. Right. I woke up this morning ready to rock, Thankfully, because we have that Stargate video I'm sorry. I don't want to.
Just spoiled it.
I just spoiled it. We have a video we're releasing tomorrow that I have to finish editing. And yes, it's about Stargate.
More about that later on in the show.
Later in the show.
So what's cool is this week I did something I don't typically do. So I had been kind of holding a whole bunch of gold and silver, right? And so I decided to sell it. The market went to the peak, and I caught it. The very next day it went down. So you can't even see this little piece, but I kept a couple pieces. But I sold it at the top of the market. I was so excited. And then...
Why didn't you tell me, bro? I could have sold some silver, bro.
I'm so sorry. Well, if this makes you feel any better, I then immediately put it into the stock market, which crashed again.
I have so much of these craps, dude. Anybody want them? I'm good. Do giveaways.
Don't do that. They're still worth money. So, but it's funny because I'm like, okay, the stock market's dipping. I'm gonna go and sell my gold and silver because it's up, and then I'm gonna put it in the stock market, right? Because I'm gonna catch the bottom of the market. And guess what? Yesterday and today again, the stock market just fell apart again. So
yeah, Amazon's doing okay though, right? Because
Amazon's going to do a stock split. So
like we talked about, I bought Amazon.
Yeah, Amazon's going to do fine. It's going to creep up for the next.
I sold my I don't have very much stock. Like Shane is a big stock guy. I just sort of buy and sell whatever he tells me to, and I don't have very much money, so I can only do so much. But I sold long-time stock I had in an oil company that was like going crazy, MRO.
You caught that at the top, baby.
And I did caught it at the top because it's down $2 now.
Right.
My wife was like, "Why would you sell? That's like our family stock." I'm like, "Because it's never gonna be that high ever again." She goes, "How do you know that?" I'm like, "Oh, I just know that." And honestly, in the back of my mind, I'm like, "I don't know that. I don't know that."
The next time we have a crisis, it'll go back up.
Now I'm hoping that MRR fails now. It just goes out of business just to make me look good. But I'd put that like $400 or whatever. I put it right in Amazon, man.
Yeah, ride that sucker till June, and then maybe sell it before. They're doing a 20 to 1 stock split because the stock price is like $3,000 right now. So for every one stock, you'll get 20, and it'll break it down to like, I don't know, what is it, $300 a share? No,
I don't feel like anybody cares about this. But if you do invest, even if it's fractional, like Robinhood or whatever, buy a little bit of Amazon right now and just sell it before June.
Yeah, and that's not advice, by the way.
It's not advice, but it's
do your own research.
But it's pretty much guaranteed to make a little bit of money.
It should. I mean, there's if you take a look at what Tesla did when it did its stock split, it basically climbed all the way up until the actual split and then crashed, and then it came back really well. So, yeah. But other than that,
we're losing people because no one cares about stocks, Shane.
I mean, gosh, a little look at it. what was it, like 2 minutes of talking about stocks? You think we're going to lose people? What's wrong
Listen,
with
we're
you?
going to talk about Picard here pretty soon. Okay, we're gearing up for it, but that's going to be such a long conversation. We need to get all the small talk out of the way first.
Yeah, this is a live weekly show, so you got to find out what's going on.
What's up,
all right,
Orville?
I won't talk about
Nation, PJ, what's up, bro? Yes,
What's up,
we are
PJ?
almost monetized, dude. We are so close.
After a year.
Shane literally brings it up every single day.
Well,
I don't know what's going on. I can't believe we just lost a subscriber. And then we're like, oh, we ain't got 2 subscribers. Oh, we lost 1. Oh, we got 3. Well, we lost it 2. I'm like, Shane, just let it ride, bro. It'll be fine. We'll get there.
Let me tell you the reason why is because I'm the one responsible for doing the marketing. So once we get to 1,000, I can maybe not do so much.
Right. I get
But
it.
yeah, it's good to see you, PJ. Glad to see you out there. We'll be there soon.
All right, so we're gonna talk about. What are we talking about today? Shane, you want to break it down? Tell us what we're talking about today.
Okay, yeah, let's. So we're talking about Universal Studios Hollywood is going to have Super Nintendo World. So this is kind of interesting. Yeah, let's talk about. We've got a Weird Al Yankovic movie, a biopic about Weird Al's life.
Okay.
With Daniel Radcliffe. Picard Season 2, Episode 2. Our theory is still kicking ass. Yeah.
Yeah, it is, dude. We're going to talk about that. We are going to talk about that. Because some of the comments, woo! Okay, go ahead, Shane.
We might have to get into a fight. That'll be good. I Am Legend, the next chapter. Will Smith is back, and he's bringing Michael P. Jordan with him. If you liked I Am Legend and you were looking for a sequel.
How is there a sequel to a movie that ended with the end of the world? I don't...
Listen, that's why I want to watch it. And now, ordinarily, I know what you're saying. That's a dumb idea. But it's got my curiosity piqued, especially since Will Smith will be in the movie, and we know he died at the end of the last one. Well, spoiler alert from 2007, sorry.
Wait. Wasn't that movie about a vaccine that went really poorly and turned everyone into zombies? And didn't that movie accurately predict gas prices at like $7 and predict a Zack Snyder Justice League movie before?
What? I don't know what you're talking about now. Was there a Zack Snyder Justice League movie in that 2007?
Yeah, there was. That movie actually predicted a lot of things. So they predicted in 2016 that there would be a Zack Snyder Justice League movie.
What?
Yes.
Why?
There was a movie poster of it in Times Square.
Was there really?
Yeah. And it actually happened.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
And it was about a vaccine for influenza that went poorly and turned everyone into zombies.
Yeah, there was something. It was like a cure for. Wasn't it like a cure for cancer?
No, it was like a flu vaccine, bro.
Was that what it was? A flu vaccine?
It was, basically, it was a COVID vaccine.
Man. Okay, well that'll be interesting to watch. We need to have that discussion. We've never talked about that.
And there's this scene where he's filling his gas tank up, or he's filling this little tank up or whatever, and this camera pans up and it shows the gas price at like $6.87 or whatever. And it was like, that's ridiculous. That can never happen. Yeah. Meanwhile, yesterday, gas prices were $6.85.
2022, California gas prices exceeded $7.
It's almost like they predicted everything like 4 years too early.
Right. Oh, was that supposed to be the year 2016?
Yeah.
I'm totally missed that. I got to go watch it again. Yeah. Roland Emmerich may never make another movie again.
Thank God.
Don't say that. What are you saying that for?
Cause, dude, the last like 4 movies have just massive disappointments.
But we've gotten some good stuff from him. But we got to talk about why that may be the case.
1992 no more, bro.
All right, fair enough. Commercials killed the streaming star. And it's funny because Brian and I had a conversation about this earlier today, and now I saw basically a news story about it. I'm like, oh, we're going to talk about this.
What are you talking about?
Well, I'll get more to that later. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Pull up the Netflix article, and you'll see that's the one.
Oh, I see. Yeah, we were talking about how. Yeah. Well, him and I disagree on something. So
we do. Yeah, it'll be fun to talk about. Yeah. Obi-Wan Kenobi teaser trailer. Just love it already, Brian. Come on. right?
Oh, in March Mage, you're right. It wasn't Justice League. It was Batman versus Superman. They predicted Batman versus Superman 4 or 5 years before it was even announced.
Oh, all right, that's cool.
Thank you, Archmage.
They must have known they were working on it. That'd be an interesting video. Star Wars Galactic Cruiser Hotel. Is it worth it? Brian is excited to talk about that.
Yeah, I don't have any money though. I really wish I can go, but there's no
I think
way.
a lot of us are going to say that, honestly.
There's no way I can ever afford it. No.
And finally, Quantum Leap rounds out its new cast. This is when Sam Beckett will return. We're going to share that later because we do know. I figured it out when he's coming.
Yeah, the casting is...
Listen, now you got to remember, it is casting for a pilot. And do you know how many stars want to be in a pilot casting? Very few.
Hold up. If the pilot is Quantum Leap, sign a star. I think a lot of stars would want to sign up. I think it's the studio doesn't want to sign stars up because they cost a bunch of money.
That's true, but also you got to think about this. Right now, you've got a bunch of people who are, there's not a big for certain that this thing's going to go through. It's one of those shows like Magnum PI. They knew was going to go through. Some of the other Donald P. Belisario stuff did, but this one, they're not sure it's going to get picked up.
It makes no sense. How would you not pick up? Okay, I'm not. All right.
I hear what you're saying, but this is the news coming out of Hollywood.
Okay.
So stars are like, I don't know.
All right. So that's what we're talking about, and we're gonna jump right into that. And I guess we should just start jumping into it right now. Actually, hold on.
Oh, before you jump into it, let me just thank PJ thank you for asking people to share this stream. And if you are here and you are not subscribed to our channel, please do so now and help us get to that 1,000. Brian and I have been talking about doing like a super duper crazy fun giveaway when we hit 1,000 subscribers, and as like a celebration for hitting that necessary. I got to tell you, hitting 1,000 subscribers is more difficult than hitting 50,000 subscribers or 80,000 subscribers once you've surpassed 1,000. It took us longer on the Popcast to get to 1,000 than it did probably to go from 1,000 to 80,000.
Well, I wouldn't say 80,000, but it took us longer, certainly longer to get from 0 to 1,000, from 1,000 to 20,000.
No, more than that. Because it took us a year and a half to get to 1,000 subscribers the first time.
Really?
Yes, took a year and a half. So Jesus. and since we hit 1,000 subscribers,
and we were coming from a channel that already had 2,000 subscribers.
Right, when we had to try to get people to come over, which some did, but not a lot, and so we basically had to start over. And now we went. It's been 2.5 years? It's been 2.5 years since we had 1,000 subscribers on the Popcast channel.
Oh wow! Okay, so we got to 80,000 subs on the Popcast faster than we got. To
and we just passed 88,000 subscribers.
Yeah, so cool. So hey, we're super close, man.
Let's get to 100.
Oh, let's go.
But that's another channel. So what are we talking about?
All right. Yeah, let's get in the news, man, dude. Let's again, just so you know, if you're here for Picard, we're gonna talk about Picard, but we're gonna break in the stream first with a couple other stories.
Yeah, there's 2 stories before Picard, and they're pretty short.
Yeah, and Picard's so long that that's gonna dominate a lot.
Yeah.
All right, we are talking about what's up.
Thanks, Win Grace. They just subscribed. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Awesome.
All right, we're talking about Universal Studios Hollywood sets a U.S. debut date. Debut? That's a weird word. Debut. A U.S. debut date. Debut date for Super Nintendo World. And I feel like there must be someone out there right now who's like, oh, this is awesome. But I see this and I go, okay.
Well, I mean, I definitely had like that screeching halt moment, like, because it's like, what? First off, Nintendo is a Japanese product.
Right.
And so it was just very interesting to see, wait a sec, we're going to have a Super Mario, we're going to have basically a Nintendo World where it's all Super Mario stuff. And plus, I've been thinking, I got to get the kids. I haven't taken my 12-year-old's never been to Universal, and I'm like, I got to get him there at some point. So of course this came up, but then I thought we grew up with Super Mario Brothers, right?
Right.
And it just would be intriguing. What they're planning to do is actually make it seem like people are inside of a video game.
Okay.
So they're going to have things like, floating coins, spinning coins, and floating stars, and like those boxes that you jump on.
Oh.
As you go through the world. So it's supposed to be
pretty. You hit with your head?
Right. I don't think you'll get hit.
That's not going to be a problem whatsoever. All the kids like, oh yeah, bang.
They're going to break it. But it looks like, okay, so if you've been to Universal Studios Hollywood, there's 2 levels to the park. You've got kind of the up level, the above level, which most of the park sits on. And then you have to take this this giant escalator down to the bottom, and those are where kind of the bigger rides are. And the studio lot is down there. And this Super Nintendo World is going to be down in that area in the bottom. And it's going to take up, it looks like, the place where maybe the Transformers ride is now.
Oh no, we're losing the Transformers ride.
Yeah, at least it's going to be in that area. It's not specific. But some of the other, some of the other things with Nintendo that they're bringing is going to include like Mario, Donkey Kong, The Legend of Zelda, Pokemon. Pokemon in itself could be its own world, which is crazy. Kirby, Metroid, there's a ton of them, man. There's a ton of them. Super Smash Bros, which is super popular right now.
Yeah, every time I want to go to Universal Studios, I go, oh hey guys, let's go to Universal Studios. Let's set it up. And I go to the website and I start setting up my tickets, and then I get to the end where it's like, it's gonna cost you $700.
Well, the prices for Universal are way better than Disney.
And you can't go in until like 9:00, and it closes at like 8, and you're like, this is not seeming like it's it's not a good deal all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Even though it's a better price than Disney, it's still $1,000 day easily for a family of 4. And then they're like, oh, and have you had your vaccine yet? Where's your card?
Oh, no, I'm not even going to try.
Booster yet? Don't forget your mask. You're like, never mind.
Well, during COVID was terrible. You don't want to go during COVID. Yeah. But now that the mask mandate's lifted, you're not going to have to worry about that stuff anymore.
I mean, it's lifted, but it's not lifted at Universal Studios, bro.
It's not?
Nope. A bunch of businesses are deciding to keep the mask mandate, even though it's lifted statewide.
Oh, I need to see that. I hadn't heard that.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, listen, let us know what you guys think. You guys into Super Nintendo World?
One other thing I got to add, it is also coming to Orlando. Universal Studios Orlando will also get Super Nintendo World as well. It'll just debut here in LA first.
Wait, PJ said something about an Atari hotel?
Dude, that would be cool.
Oh, that's a thing, apparently.
I would love that. Is it? Where is it at?
Oh, yeah, look at this. Stay and play.
Oh, what's that?
Oh.
Is that in Hollywood? No.
What? Wasn't Atari... Atari's not even a real company anymore. Didn't they sell their name to someone?
Atari, I don't know. I think Activision maybe bought it.
Interesting.
Atari was it, though, bro.
Oh, well, yeah, we got to look.
Where's it at? Is it in Vegas? It's in Vegas?
I don't know. If it's in Vegas, then... Oh, it looks like the needle. No, it looks like Vegas.
Okay, the first Atari hotel looks like a gamer's fantasy. Well, this story came out in 2020, so this is not new.
Interesting. All right, well... We'll look at that later.
It is. It's opening in Vegas, bro.
Well, that's different.
So we'll be going to that. Yeah,
we'll
be going to that. We'll do a video on it. That'll be fun.
Yeah, we'll absolutely do a video on that because Vegas is easy, and they don't care about nothing. They're just like,
Vegas is
come
easy.
Spend some money.
We'll go visit the Salty Nerd guys again.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm coughing a lot.
It's all good.
All right, man. Let's talk about Daniel Radcliffe's Daniel Radcliffe's Weird Al Yankovic movie. Stupid title. Say
Weird Al Yankovic title.
Movie has wrapped filming. Daniel Radcliffe musical biopic Weird, the Al Yankovic story has officially wrapped filming, announces Weird Al Yankovic himself.
Well, now you're probably asking me, why did I bring this up, right?
Yeah, would you find stories that have like the worst titles for me possible to read?
I'm doing that on purpose, and I'm just kidding. I'm not doing that to you on purpose. Yeah, this is cool, man. I'm sorry. I don't care what anybody says. If you're not a fan of Weird Al Yankovic, it's possible that you're a very young person.
They're doing a biopic about someone that's still alive.
Well, I mean, they did Elton John's biopic.
Oh, they did, didn't they?
Yeah, they did Freddie Mercury's, well, the whole band. They did the Queen's biopic. Yeah, why not? And it gets better because at least you're getting the real stories. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think Weird Al that's a better story than probably most of those other ones. So,
yeah, this is fascinating. If you guys don't know a lot about Weird Al, of course, he rose to popularity in the '80s, covering initially Madonna and some other people, but then he did something nobody could have probably gotten away with but him. He did Michael Jackson songs, and the popular "Just Beat It" became "Just Eat It." And I'm Bad became I'm Fat. And he made these incredible videos where he actually borrowed the sets from Michael Jackson and said, hey, can I shoot on your sets? He let him for some crazy reason. And he became this pop culture icon and kind of like, he was like a meme guy before memes were even a thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this guy must have dealt with so many lawsuits because, like, he is the definition of parody.
He is. He is the definition of parody. But he did get permission from everybody that he did the songs. Really? He got their permission first.
Really?
Yeah. So what's really interesting, nobody really cared. They didn't think there was any money in it or that it was really worth anything. And so, his story is really interesting. He was a high school kid in Los Angeles, and he was making these videos on tape with his accordion and singing these songs, and he would send them into Dr. Demento, which was a super popular radio show in Los Angeles, and it was actually nationwide. And what's interesting is Dr. Demento is actually being played by Rainn Wilson in this movie, and he's perfect for it.
I love Rainn Wilson.
And of course, Daniel Radcliffe is playing Weird Al, which be curious to see how that works out. Yeah. But basically, he submitted these tapes to him, and Dr. Demento loved them so much that he started playing them on the show every time, Al would send them in. And Al was just a guy, and he was in school, and he went to college, and he just kind of kept doing it, and it kept going, and then he broke through. He ended up doing some. I can't remember what his first one was, but it was like the one that really took off was "Like a Surgeon" for Madonna.
Like a surgeon,
right? And that one and you know what? And I thought he kind of died off for a long time. And then all of a sudden, a few years back, I was looking through Weird Al stuff, and I'm like, man, I haven't seen a Weird Al thing in a while. And I found White and Nerdy.
Uh-huh.
And
you guys mean White and Nerdy?
It was so good, dude. I just played it. He's a gem. He's an American gem. And I'm so happy that they're going to be doing this. I cannot wait to see it. It's actually something I'm really looking forward to doing. I think it's coming out in 2023.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Well, cool.
They got somebody playing Madonna in it. This is pretty funny. Evan Rachel Wood's playing Madonna.
Evan Rachel Woods. Why does that sound familiar?
Yeah, you've seen her in a lot of stuff.
Oh, yeah. She sort of looks like Madonna.
She was in Westworld.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's say happy birthday here. We got a birthday coming up. Daniel's Hot Topics. Birthday's in 11 days. Happy birthday, buddy.
Yeah, buddy. All right. Well, let's talk about some Picard, shall we?
You want to break down the Picard?
Yeah, hold up.
Yeah.
I got to announce it properly.
Okay, do it right.
Here we go. We are talking about Picard, Season 2, Episode 2. And oh boy, our theory is still holding strong. In fact, if anything, this episode probably added more confirmation to our amazing theory. And if you haven't seen it yet after this video, you should see that.
Yes, we need to link that in this video.
We will.
Yeah, and listen, guys, if you haven't already subscribed, we really appreciate you. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, please, when you see this.
Yes, so Shane. All right. Set us up, bro.
Picard season 2, episode 2. Let me just start by saying I enjoyed the first episode of Picard for season 2. I enjoyed it, and I was looking forward to seeing the second episode, especially since it left us on a cliffhanger with Q. If you have not seen it yet, guys, there will be spoilers, so heads up. You'll want to pause it here and come back. It's worth watching, I think. So it starts out with, it gets back to Jean-Luc and Q, and Q is not the same guy, Brian. He is a different Q character than we are used to. In fact, he smacks the crap out of Jean-Luc Picard.
Yeah, he does. He
draws blood.
Straight up pimp slaps him.
He just, unbelievable.
Yeah, hold on. Let's
he hit him so hard that for a moment I was like confused and a little bit like, I was a little bothered in a strange way.
There's that scene.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I want to see him pimp slap him real quick.
But you're far too clever to listen. That said, we're never too old to be students of our own behaviors, Jean-Luc.
I have had enough of your stupid patronizing.
Oh, I'm pretty sure that's elder abuse, bro. That is elder abuse.
Yeah. Q is.
Look at his face. He
not playing around. When he said, "Are you not well, Q?" I feel like there's a whole other theory there of what's wrong with Q, and maybe I shouldn't get into it here because maybe I might actually want to make a video about it. But
I know, right? Yeah.
But he's not well. How is a being like Q not well? There's something going on. Q might be risking himself and his own person to help Picard right this wrong.
Yeah, this seems to me more like a Q that's scared, frankly speaking.
He might be running from the Continuum. The Continuum might have locked this dude down, and he escaped one last time to help Picard one last time, and he might be on limited time.
I think maybe even more importantly, maybe the Continuum said, leave it alone.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe what's happened has affected the Continuum, because time has changed.
Oh, yeah.
So it's possible that what's happened has affected him, just like the Borg Queen is going through this, trying to change things. Perhaps Q is as well.
Yeah, and that Borg Queen, the original one, the one from the first episode, is not the Borg Queen that we're used to. She's clearly either from the far-flung future or some pocket dimension or whatever. She's not the Borg. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm dealing with this long thing. But the Borg that came through that portal are not regular Borg. These are super Borg. These are advanced Borg. So it would make sense. Like, imagine if they're from the future too. What if this one change affects the Continuum and the Borg because humanity isn't so important? And what if that means the Continuum is just some super advanced race from the future?
No. Well, no. I think this is Annie Wershing who's playing the Borg Queen. She is playing the Borg Queen alive at that time in history, so she's not from another dimension.
No. But what about the Borg Queen that comes through that dimension?
Okay, that one right there, that's something different. Like the one that was in the first episode.
Right.
I believe they're the ones who changed time. So I think they're the ones who actually affected this time change.
Why were they trying to sort of paint them as not being the bad guys a little bit?
Well, they did. I mean, they were essentially talking about they wanted. I think they said peace, right, in that first episode.
No, you see, I don't think they changed time. I think someone else changed time, and the Borg and Q are strawmen.
Well, no, not the Borg. Okay, so someone else did change time, but I believe these Borg have something to do with it. Because you're right, they're not from our dimension. They have the wrong ship, right?
Yeah,
they're
way more
super
advanced.
powerful,
right?
And way more advanced. So they're obviously not from. It's possible that they're actually maybe Borg from that timeline, right?
From the mirror timeline.
Yeah, maybe possibly they came through. Maybe
they
in
got
some,
wiped out.
Maybe they didn't though. Maybe they just think they wiped them out.
Who knows?
But they obviously changed it. And if you look at the Borg...
what if it's Borg from our timeline, but they're in the future, from the Delta Quadrant?
Nah. I don't know. Too much guessing there. I do know that what we do know is that they are definitely responsible somehow, because at the moment when Picard is going to blow up the Stargazer, everything changes. Right? The Borg come in peace. We don't know why the Borg came through. They came through. They were using the other ships to create some sort of power. The Queen kept saying, "I need more power." She was trying to accomplish something. She was trying to change time. Right? What else would she have been trying to do? Why did she need more power? You heard her say it in that first episode.
Yeah, I don't know.
So she was doing something in that moment, and it culminated in Picard and everybody being in a different timeline and them being the only ones aware with it. Now, Q does say in episode 2, "I'm not going to let you go through this alone." It's possible that somehow Q was able to bring everybody else into the timeline as well in order to help Picard. I still believe Q is a force of ultimate force of good in helping Picard and not
chaotic
causing
good.
Yeah. So that's kind of what I think is going on there.
Well, I still think the Romulans did it.
Well, I mean, ultimately, I think we're going to find out. I mean, we can only talk about what we know and what they've tipped their hand at. What we know is that the Borg Queen, 100%, every time they mention Q changing time, they cut to the Borg Queen's face and she's got some weird sly smile. So there's obvious that she knows more about it than she's giving away. They gave some sort of excuse, or 7 of 9 said something to the effect of, the Borg Queen is sensitive to time or something like that. It's almost like Guinan in a way, who's aware of other realities.
She has some kind of chronometer or something in her head,
right?
And she's able to she's remembering the original timeline and her time and the new timeline,
which is weird. But
I mean, if Guinan's people can do it, what if that was an inherent ability in? Oh crap! What if the Borg Queen is an Elorian or whatever?
Dude, you need to stop. Your brain is like always looking for like new ideas.
I can't control it, man. Think about it. What if part of her, what makes her so good at being a Borg Queen, is her inherent abilities as a native that she assimilated?
Okay, yeah, I got by that.
This skull, by the way, of the Borg is so damn cool. Because look at the way.
Oh yeah.
Look at the way the ocular implant. We always thought it was on top of their head. No, it's part of their skull, dude. Look at that.
Yeah, no, it was well. We always knew it was attached to their skull, right?
Well, yeah, but I didn't know it was it's fused with the bone in their head, which makes removing
sense.
implants. It makes sense that removing the implants are so hard in the future because it's part of their bone. Look at that.
Yeah, that's a good point. So
cool.
Yeah, let's talk about some of that walking up to it. So all of we walk in and Q shows Picard. He's got all these heads on the table.
Yeah.
And
look at them
this
all.
is one of the things I love about Star Trek right now, and with Picard especially. And I know there's a lot of people out there, who didn't like season 1 and are still pretty mad about Star Trek, the whole thing. And so they're going to push back against this. But the fact that we get the heads of Gold Dukat there.
Gold Dukat, is that his name?
Yeah. Gold Dukat.
Yeah, and he shot him in the head. How cool is that?
From Deep Space Nine, right? Character. And then he also killed, if you go forward a little bit more, he also killed Sarek, Spock's dad.
Yes, but I love the way he killed. They still gave respect to Gold Dukat because they said he didn't go out down without a fight. In this timeline, he's the reason you have an android body.
That's true. So Gold Dukat, yeah. So he managed to kill Picard.
That means that means he's such a badass that they wanted to make sure you knew that he's still a badass even in this timeline.
Right. No, that's hilarious.
Yeah, he killed Sarek.
Yeah, he killed Sarek in front of his wife and his kid. I'm guessing. It seemed weird, but I guess that's Spock. So I don't know how it's possible. Spock, I guess. Well, Spock is alive while Picard's alive. So
is Sarek still alive? Wait a minute.
He says he killed him.
Oh yeah, so Sarek was alive
He was alive during Next Gen.
during Next Gen.
Yeah.
So he killed him. I mean, it could have been a different kid.
Besides Michael Burnham, how many kids does Sarek
It was a
have?
long time. He could have had a different kid.
Well, I want to believe it was Spock. How about that? Because there's no Federation, right? What does Spock do if there's no Federation? He becomes part of the Vulcan Science Council.
Right, it's true. Oh yeah, maybe, yeah.
So they're at war with the Vulcans, and then he mentioned General Martok for the Klingons as well. They just did a really good job of bringing in our core member berries that we need from time to time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it should have been that one Klingon for the Empire. I forgot his name.
And then as you go forward, of course, Picard finds out, and this is the good thing about our theory video, is we theorized that Picard was the leader of this mirror universe. Remember?
Right. And
it turns out he is sorta. He's at least the general, the guy who does all the killing.
Well, he's leader of the military, yeah.
But the actual leader is, of course, Annika, 7 of 9.
Which is perfect.
Which she's the president. And I got to tell you, she plays it just like 7 of 9 would play it. She's quick to pick up on what's going on. She's quick to integrate herself into it. And I love that Picard is using her character properly, at least in that sense. She's acting like 7 of 9 would act as we know her.
Yeah.
Instead of, this new Trek version of 7 of 9 where she would be a lot different. Like maybe, she's a lesbian now or something. But, which is something that we're not really focusing on, but is there. But so they're utilizing her properly. She's smart. I love how she does this. She's like, brain check, smell check, pain check. That's the first thing you would do if she's so trained to be, to actively figure things out. It's like she made sure she wasn't in a dream or wasn't in some sort of
making sure she can read, she can write. Oh yeah.
Right.
All the things that would indicate you were in a dream or not.
Yeah. And I thought that was really cool. They did that. She finds out like immediately she's married to this, dude, and she's the president of the Confederation, not the Federation. And she got this huge speech, and then they find out there's, they're basically killing off the final Borg, the Borg Queen today on what was this day called?
Man.
Kill off everyone day.
Kill everybody. It was called. Man,
it's okay. It's okay.
It's like genocide.
It's a word like
that.
that. Yeah, genocide day or something. So they go through and of course they start connecting with each other. Rafi and Elnor are in I think Okinawa is where they're at, and they happen to be close to each other, so they connect. And then Rios manages to connect with Seven, and they all just start slowly coming together.
Oh yeah, so she asked if she asked for an update from the field, and you like that little member berry when they're like, yeah, you want to talk to General Sisko?
Yes, I thought that was cool.
And she was like, no, I want to talk to this guy, Rios.
I like that about this show, and I know some critics will be like, oh, that's it's critics say that's not a good thing, but as a fan, I believe it's a good thing to have these recalls. Picard talks about.
I don't understand why not. Why not throw names and stuff in there that are familiar? I don't understand why you wouldn't.
Critics, for some reason, feel like it's lazy, and they want new, different, not the same. As fans, we want.
You can't have
member berries.
You can't have it exactly like it was. Like I'm the last person to defend. Excuse me, my wife doesn't do a show, but she just doesn't care apparently. You can't both have the same show that you wanted and have all these new stuff, because when you get nothing but new stuff, you get Discovery and all of its lazy writing.
Right. Which now they've figured out you got to go back and get the old stuff, which they've done.
Right, which they're trying to do. They're not doing it successfully.
Right.
And again, I'm not defending that show whatsoever. I'm saying that you got to have a little more leeway. It's okay to have member berries, guys. It's okay. This is the future. It's literally in the future, and these characters still exist, and they were big parts of the past. So they are explaining now how they operated in this timeline, and it's completely, it works. I don't know.
I mean, they even mentioned Kirk, basically going back in time with the Enterprise, which he went back with the Enterprise, and he also went back in a Klingon ship, Bird of Prey.
Yes, but
So,
I love that part because in our theory video, a bunch of people were like, "Why would they have to slingshot? Why would they need the Borg Queen if they were going to slingshot? All you need is a rusty a Bird of Prey." And I remember reading all these comments. I had the same thing. I'm like, you know what? They got a good point. And then we watched this, and it's like, you need someone to hypercalculate the. I'm like, oh, that's why. Okay.
Yeah.
You need someone to hypercalculate the jump, and they had Spock, and that's why it worked for them.
Right. Yeah. Kirk had Spock, and now they've got the Borg Queen to do it.
Yeah, human computer or whatever, right?
You're right. Exactly.
Yeah,
so
I can't wait to go back after this video to all those comments. Check it out, guys.
And be like, hey, what's up? What's up? And of course, it's all, it's they're not being mean or anything, but so basically they get together. The Borg Queen's there. We learn a bunch of stuff. They realize they got to go back to 2024. Apparently, the Borg Queen was able to specifically figure out the year and what happened, which I find that. I mean, I guess you got to have somebody do it.
I know she didn't know exactly what happened. She said the year and where it's at, right?
In Los Angeles, yeah.
Right. I like how it took her some time to figure it out too. And she said there's a watcher at that time, which if the show if this season goes off the rails, I think it'll be with the watcher,
or it'll start there if it does.
Start there if it goes off the rails, yeah.
Yeah, and go ahead and explain why that is. Because we saw the watcher in the preview, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. The white eyes?
The white eyes. That's the watcher.
Okay.
So, I mean, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's the watcher. So if that is the watcher, because also during one of the roundup interviews that we watched, they were talking about the watcher, and they showed a clip of him. That's the watcher. So the guy with the white eyes is the watcher, and he or she or it or whatever can inhabit a bunch of people's bodies. But the tell when he does so is that it's white eyes. And if you know anything about Marvel Comics, and where Marvel's going with Doctor Strange is there's watchers in Marvel. And the watchers have the same white eyes. And they sort of the same.
What does a watcher do?
They watch over the sacred timeline.
Oh, okay. So the watcher, okay, I got it. But we've never been introduced to this before in Star Trek.
They can't actually interact. They can't actually help things. They can't change things. They're like recorders of time.
Okay, but we've never run into this before in Star Trek that I'm aware of.
Yeah, that would be a new thing.
So this is going to be a new thing, and when you have new things, that's when things can go wrong. So
that's why I said that. Yeah.
Yeah. So when we get there, that'll be a good time to reassess the show and find out, because so far we've got 2 really good episodes. Jean-Luc Picard is not getting pushed around. He's a part of the main action and plot.
I mean, he did get pimp slapped by Q.
Right, but the character...
But that's Q.
Right. If you notice in season 1, it felt like they were just like carrying him around like baggage.
Right, yeah. Yeah, there was a comment on one of our videos where it was like, I heard the CGI budget's out of control because they have to keep airbrushing out Picard's walker.
That's great. I mean, so he's showing moments of strength. He had to speak in public. He had to act like his, terrible doppelganger, right, or terrible other self.
Right.
And it leads to a whole other question of, this is what I thought about, is if he is so evil in this alternate timeline, like what must have happened to him as a character to make it okay for him to just like kill everything? How far removed must his, because when you look at his Romulan Laris, they talk about her and her husband. I guess he killed them too.
Right.
Right. And so they're not evil, so it's like, what happened to, to make it okay? I guess when the world is okay with people just killing and maiming, I guess you just go with it.
Well, I don't think that just because Picard killed Gal Dukat, doesn't mean. Sorry, damn it. Doesn't mean Gal Dukat was good. It just means that Picard was a badder foe, right?
Yeah, but he cut Sarek's head off, bro.
Well, so Sarek, we know that Sarek was good, but I'm not saying Romulans are good. I'm saying that I think that Picard, if it's not human, it's dead. I don't think it wasn't.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't think it was like, oh, I'm gonna kill and enslave these people because of if they're good or bad or the ideology. No, like it's if they're human or not. That was period. The end. It was human strength. That's what the whole thing's about, right?
No, you're right.
I agree. Human strength. I can say that. No one can get mad at me because
everybody's a human.
No, everyone's a human. Human strength all day long.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll talk more about like.
I'm not a species because there is the only one species here.
Species.
We'll
talk about at the end of this thing. Let's talk about what we think they're trying to say in Picard.
I got a Facebook message with from one of my buddies. It's like, hey, I just watched Picard. Is it weird that I like the new timeline?
Oh my God.
He's like, is it racist of me to like the new timeline? I'm like, how can it be racist of you, bro? You're human.
It would be, what would be the right word for that? Like, I don't know. I guess he would be
speciesist.
He would be speciesist, right?
Speciesist. Hey, by the way, I sort of like Abigail's. I don't know, whatever her name is, the murderer chick from last season.
Okay, so I'm so glad you said that. This is exactly where I was going next. Okay,
yeah.
So you liked her a little bit, right?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, they did this on purpose.
Okay,
I wanted to find out who, and in the comments, I want you guys to tell me if you like Dr. Girardi. Okay, because they did this on purpose. They made her more aloof, more sarcastic. They completely renovated her character because she was so unlikable at the end of season 1. They knew they couldn't keep her unless they completely changed her. And now you got this character that really don't give a crap about anything. And
it's like she's always having in the bag, right?
Yeah, and her part was funny. The interaction with Seven and her new husband. And that whole thing was actually pretty good.
And she coded in a little AI kitty cat. Which I think is hilarious.
And her conversation. So her character is definitely spitballing. They're spinning up this romance with Rios, which they'd already teased it during season 1, but it looks like it's definitely going there.
Yeah.
But so you like her.
She was so unlikable at the end of last season. She was almost as unlikable as someone who wouldn't subscribe to this channel. What you should do right now, go subscribe to that channel and hit the like button on your way out. All right, moving on. You know why? I meant to do that at the top of this and I forgot. So.
Oh, all right. Yeah.
Subscribe.
Okay. So basically what we leave off with here. So they're basically supposed to execute. Picard's supposed to execute the Borg Queen. Rios and Girardi aren't able to figure out how to beam everybody up in time, and so Picard actually starts opening fire on the other people there.
Yeah,
Elnor sliced people's necks, bro. I mean, I was like, this was so not Star Trek-y.
You know what was funny is last episode had all these conversations online with people. They were like, hey, Elnor went from like this guy who was like cutting people's heads off to like being in Starfleet like overnight. And like, how did his character change so much? And then the next episode, he's like, immediately cut people off.
Like, oh.
They're showing you Elnor didn't change. I think he put his sword away when he joined Starfleet.
Yes. Yeah.
Now there's no reason for him not to have a sword.
Well, I'm so glad they did that because I was starting to think of him as a helpless child.
Right.
They were painting him almost like, he is younger. He's under Rafi's kind of tutelage. But I needed him to open up a can of whoop ass so I could remember the character he's supposed to be and not just some kid getting drug along who's terrified.
Right. By the way, I still think swords are stupid in Star Trek. Sorry.
I can deal with one sword. Give me one or two. I'm okay with it.
Yeah. Okay. If this guy has a sword.
So Sulu would think differently about what you just said.
No, I'm going to tell you why. Okay. No. Sulu didn't exclusively fight with a sword.
Only when he was crazy, bro.
No, he was he was a swordsman. That was his like hobby. He was into it.
Right.
Yeah, but there are characters in Discovery who exclusively fight with a sword in a world of shields and phasers and spaceships.
And we know that's dumb, but since we know Elnor is essentially a monk, we can kind of forgive it.
I can kind of forgive it because I feel like Elnor wouldn't have a problem picking up a phaser. I think that's just his making choice right now.
Yeah, no, he's just really, it's how he learned, I guess.
Right. I'm okay with it. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm okay with him having a sword. At some point, I hope that he has no problem with a phaser because that is realistic.
Yeah, no, you're in this age. If you can't fire a phaser, you're in trouble.
I hate it. So I hated that part in Discovery so much. I can't get over it.
You're gonna get Indiana Jones, bro.
I can't get over that. One chick beams aboard a ship, takes out an entire ship with a sword.
I don't even want to talk about it. Why are you trying to make me mad? Why are you trying to make me mad?
It's so dumb that one character can incapacitate trained Starfleet officers. They have phasers, and she has a sword. She didn't even take them by surprise. She warned them first.
She told them she was going to do it. Right.
Yeah, she told them what she was going to do. At that exact moment, I'm like, wide beam phaser, boom, you're dead. All right, it wouldn't even be a question. Jeez.
The suspense of the movies, you know. But so basically, I like that Picard doesn't just get shuffled off again. He basically starts the fight, you know, and he starts phasering people, so they can fight their way out, and then they get beamed out. So that's a better version of Picard than season 1. And of course, they end up now on Rios's old ship, the La Sirena.
And where is the Borg Queen connected to?
Well, the engineering section. That's right.
Like
that's what
our theory video said.
Yeah, that's
true.
The
first thing they would do is hook the Borg Queen up to the engineering section so she can help them time travel.
We did say that.
And then make the jump around the sun.
Because that's realistic. Yeah.
All the doubters. Literally, the first thing they did was get her to the engineering section.
That was like the first move. So they're there, and now of course they've alerted everybody, and now they're going to be chased. We're going to see in episode 3, some Earth ships are going to try to take the La Sirena out before it does a.
Hey Shane, you know what's still less realistic than hooking up a Borg to a ship and then slingshotting around the sun?
What?
An anti-singularity drive that powers a spaceship that accidentally creates chronotons and randomly time jumps you to places. The fact that any species would think that was a good idea to use that kind of technology.
Romulans, man. Romulans.
And then Discovery going like, you know what? That was so dumb. We're just not even going to talk about it.
We're not even talking. They were probably wise to do so.
Although, if they had never done like it causes chronoton buildup, if they didn't do the chronoton nonsense and it was just like a way to power the ship, it'd be fine, right? I mean, it's still ridiculous that you're harnessing a sun basically. All right, that's what it is, a singularity. Like, oh god.
You know what's funny from this episode? You remember Spot 73, which is one of those robotic guys or computers?
Yeah.
That was voiced by Patton Oswalt.
Oh, yes. Wait a minute. Brent Spiner's voice is also in this show.
Is it? In this episode?
Yes. I actually had to rewind it like 15 times. I'll tell you exactly what he said. Brent Spiner's voice, right when they were introducing the Confederation front, when he was flying in, it was his voice in the background saying, "A safe galaxy is a human galaxy."
No way. Was it really?
In Data's voice.
Oh, okay. That's cool. I didn't see that.
It was Brent Spiner's voice for sure. It was his. So he has, and you know what? He's in this show. He probably has something to do with the eugenics and all that nonsense.
Oh, for sure. Go watch the video. Yeah.
So imagine if his voice is saying that because he, at some point, was important in the past.
Oh, okay.
And that's why
not Data. Not Data. Soon.
No, soon. Not Data. Right. Soon was important in the past, and in maybe perfecting the treatment And
Okay.
that's why these humans are so strong, and they can like take the Gal Dukat out and cut off Sarek's head and whatever.
Okay.
All I'm saying is, watch our theory video. Watch the theory video.
We're
Thank
pitching
you.
it up, pitching it up. Okay.
I can't get enough of that because, like, the second I heard his voice, I'm like, oh my God, he's not just like a random character. He's important to this timeline. And they had his voice in the background
For a reason.
just enough so that the hardcore Trekkers are like, oh my God, it's Brent Spiner. Normal people aren't recognizing that voice.
That's true.
I had to turn the volume up and rewind it 15 times. That was Brent
Yeah.
Spiner.
Okay. Well, let's talk about what we think this symbolism is for this. Because, because of the society and the culture that we have right now, everything seems to be split by politics. And I think there are people who are going to try to say that Picard Season 2 is trying to run an agenda. And I think probably to some degree that would be, probably the truth in some way. But what I found interesting is that I see a future like this as possible because of social media. So you notice how like hardcore it is, and you're either on my side or you're on no side,
right?
And you notice how people in our society right now are kind of, picking a side, and then they're saying so stringent in their side that they can't. There's no working together.
Yeah,
I could see a future where that just continued and it became more militant and more terrible, and as a result, you ended up with a
you see,
despotic future.
You see that can't happen though.
Okay.
Let me explain why. So, you always need two sides of the argument because the two sides are holding each other up like this.
Uh-huh.
And let's say you have the right and the left, or if you're watching online, right, left, right? Well, the right and left have different ideologies and they're holding each other up, right? Them pushing against each other is what keeps the house of cards from falling down. If one starts to overturn the other too much, then the house of cards crumbles because its support is based on the other's opposition.
Well, that's an interesting theory. I'm not sure
How it's been for 150 years.
I'm not sure how the Nazis would feel about that, but
but yeah. So the Nazis fell for a reason, though. Like they failed for a reason. They tried to push their way over the top, and the whole world blew them up.
Right. But as far as I guess what I'm trying to say is, I can see us becoming more. I could see us becoming more. What's the right word? Brave, more willing to just kind of do things that are unacceptable. The whole idea in Picard was that, or in this episode we saw, or in this world that's been created, is that people have no problem just saying whatever they want to say, without worrying about what other people think or feel.
Sure.
And I think there's a part of that in society. So maybe not only is, yes, we have destroyed our planet because of whatever, because we didn't take care of it. Yeah. And or maybe because
Q said that, he goes, you guys are just it's living on life support. Can
was
we go back then? And can you tell us how we fixed that in the other timeline? Because he didn't say how. He said, because of your arrogance, you didn't fix your climate issues, and now you have your. Okay, well, I get it. Okay, so how do we fix it?
Right. Everybody bought a Tesla, bro. That's
because there was still a World War III with nuclear weapons. Right. So how do we fix it?
I don't know.
If the climate, the most extreme of the climate changers often say we only have 10 more years, bro. Well, in Star Trek time, 100 years went by where we kept nuking the planet and nothing happened. So
yeah, 10 years. Yeah, 10 years is a lie. So they keep doing that on purpose. So
yeah,
I don't want to get into
10 years.
Well, I don't want to get into that here.
15 years has passed, bro. So what's another 10 years?
Yeah, they do that.
100 years?
They keep moving the goal.
And I sort of know why too, because like if they said, well, in 100 years the planet's going to be screwed,
would care.
We'd be like, well, I'm not going to be dead, so I don't care.
Right.
Maybe that's why.
Let's go over here to the chat and see what people are saying.
Yeah.
Let's go back here and we got some good conversation going on over here.
Okay.
Let's see. Anyone else want a Captain Rio show? PJ from Orville Nation.
Hold up, you guys start at the top, I think, right? You start at the top.
Well, I mean, we kind of did. I mean, so thank you, Archmage, for telling us that it was Eradication Day.
Yes.
So that was cool.
Eradication Day.
I guess there is some more. So my bad. Okay, let's go back up here.
Shane's not used to this much conversation, or
honestly, we haven't had this much, and we're really grateful for it because we don't usually have to go back up so far. Let's see. Let's grab a couple of these.
See, PJ said, I think Brian's right. The Continuum might come after Q for helping Picard. What's up?
It's funny how you grab the one where he says you're right.
I'm just saying, PJ's a really smart guy. We both know that. So.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Q is simply Doctor Strange. They're gonna. Oh my God! It's gonna merge into the Marvel universe.
Oh, that's awesome. Says Rainn Wilson was damn awesome in Super with Elliot Page. Ironically, the one artist that Weird Al couldn't get permission was the artist formerly known as Prince. That's right. Prince would not allow Weird Al to do his music. Which I think Prince will look back. Well, he's dead now, but I think that would be a mistake.
Prince died?
Oh yeah, Prince. You didn't know Prince died, bro?
What?
Oh yeah. Prince has been dead for a while.
What's a while?
He OD'd basically on his crazy medicine. Yeah,
like for longer than 5 years.
Yeah. Prince died in 2016, so it's been.
Holy crap!
It'll be 6 years next month.
I wasn't a fan of Prince, so.
He had a good purple.
I was a fan of anyone that's skilled, I should say, but I wasn't a fan. I guess I wasn't a fan enough to know that he died. I didn't know he died.
Yeah. So it's funny because I didn't get to that one there, but
the other day someone told me, "Hey, you heard Vin Diesel died." I'm like, "No, he didn't."
Well, you would know that one for sure.
And he's like, "Really? That's I just read that." I'm like, "Listen, I follow a guy on Instagram. He didn't die." So I knew Vin Diesel didn't die, but not Prince.
Let's see. Daniel's Hot Topics. Ever heard the rumor that last year there was a war in the Continuum and Q may have lost his family and now he is dark and pissed? Yeah, he's got a kid for sure. Right?
Yeah.
That's a good point. What else we got here?
BJ said, what do you guys think of yesterday's Enterprise comment? Another similar comment to fourth wall? I don't even know what you're talking about.
Well, yeah, so he mentioned yesterday's Enterprise because that was the moment where they went, everything changed, remember? Now, Q wasn't a part of that episode, which is interesting. So in yesterday's Enterprise, they actually, that's when Whoopi noticed that there was a change. Whoopee! And we ended up with a militant.
Oh.
But what's funny is it is fourth wall because, of course, they didn't call it yesterday's Enterprise in that episode, but that was the name of the episode.
Right. He also said, "In a Mirror Darkly."
He did say that too, which was another episode.
Right. Which was an episode that who worked on? The showrunner.
The showrunner for Terry Matalas. So that is something that we haven't really talked about, and we probably should, is that Terry Matalas, because he's done these Mirror Universe episodes, he's an expert. And so the fact that he's doing this here, it just kind of all makes sense. And I love that it's tied to, Enterprise and Picard. You got old Trek, new Trek, and there's this nice merging of ideas.
Oh, yeah. John Burns, like Dave Bautista's love interest in Army of the Dead. Okay, so he's saying that because he's right. Eleanor's girlfriend plot dumps, explains everything, and then immediately dies. I thought that was super convenient, but I'm okay with it. Who wants to be dragging that chick around?
No, it was an opportunity to forward the plot and not have to keep a character, and I don't think of that as a bad thing as long as I don't have a vested interest in him.
Right.
Anyone else want a Captain Rio show? So I brought up that one earlier. I don't know what it is. I really like Captain Rios' character.
Yeah, so do I.
I'm not sure why I like him yet. I don't know if it's because he's kind of cavalier. I don't know if he I'm not exactly sure why. I'm gonna need more time to figure it out, but I do like his character.
I just like him. I want to see a cat. I want to see a Stargazer TV show.
I want to have a beer with him, and I don't even drink.
Yeah. Yes, I would love if when Picard ended, if there was a new show about the Stargazer with the Captain Rios crew.
That'd be cool.
You know, why don't you keep 7 and 9 on? Why not?
Keep 7 of 9.
Archmage Frey said, "I'm betting the Watchers might be related to the Traveler."
Oh, that would be interesting.
That might be interesting.
Yeah, and maybe we'll see Wesley Crusher. No, he's too busy doing.
No.
We don't want that version
Stop.
of Wesley Crusher.
But you need to remove that out of the universe. Recall what you just said.
I'm sorry. I'm a bubble.
Thank you.
Okay, is that better?
No Wesley Crusher, no Will Wheaton in Picard.
Will Wheaton. There's something. What's wrong with Will Wheaton?
I don't want to say. I don't want to say I hate someone unless I want that person to die. So I'm going to say I thoroughly dislike that person.
Yeah, I mean, I want to. Let me try to do a little thing here. Okay. It's so great to see you. Remember we did show together? You know, every time he gets on with somebody he was on with before. Remember when we were like acting together? He sounds so desperate.
Oh, you know what? There's another reason why we dislike him. He removed our store from Reddit 12 years ago.
Shut up. I forgot about that.
He did.
You're right.
Okay. I just remembered that. Okay.
You're right.
So I sort of liked him in Big Bang Theory.
You are right.
But then I got this massive hate for this dude or dislike for this guy because Shay and I, we before we started YouTube, we were doing this business and we had a store on Reddit. Shay and I's store was on Reddit and it was our first business. We were doing really well. We were selling awesome merchandise.
And the Reddit store was incredible, by the way.
And Reddit store was incredible.
It was popping. People were buying from there.
Yeah, Reddit no longer has a store, but at the time they had a store, and you can set up your own store and sell stuff. And people loved our stuff. And Will freaking
It was
him. It was him. He actually emailed too to rub the salt in our wounds. Had all of our products removed.
I totally forgot about that.
All of them. Not because they were Will Wheaton products, but because they were Star Trek products. We were selling cool. It wasn't like Star Trek the logo. We were selling like art based on Star Trek, like stars and ships and crazy cool stuff. And this dude was like, "I'm the only person that can sell Star Trek themed things here. Remove them." And Reddit, being Star Trek because he's Will freaking Wheaton, said, "Oh, trademark violation," and removed all of our stuff overnight. And this guy emailed us and rubbed the salt in our wounds. Oh, yeah, screw him.
Yeah, we don't like Will Wheaton. Now we hate him.
Oh, I totally forgot about that. Oh, that's why I don't like him.
And you know what? Karma is a bitch.
And he's so whiny, dude.
Let me just say,
shut up, Wesley.
Things did not go well for him after that. So, you know what? Thanks for putting bad karma out there, Will.
Yeah, Will. I'm pretty sure we have more followers than you do.
I forgot about that show.
Oh, God, I completely forgot about that. You know what? Oh, man.
We've been doing stuff for so long.
Yeah,
we've dealt with a lot of people.
We've been doing this for a long time. On the flip note of that, you know who's super cool that also doesn't work very much, but you should like him? Orlando freaking Jones.
Oh, awesome. Orlando's awesome.
He took us to Comic-Con with him. What a nice dude, man.
He's a nice guy. You probably remember him from 7-Up commercials and
yeah, he did a lot of 7-Up.
He did a lot of stuff.
So Archmage also said Picard could have asked someone to go with him. No, go get him a sword. That would have been. That would have
bought some time. Good call, Archmage.
That's true.
Maybe you should be writing.
Yeah, he was supposed to cut her head off, right?
He was supposed to cut her. I thought. I mean, that's what he does, right?
Yeah,
but
on Eradication,
for whatever reason, he pulled out a phaser and he's like,
"To be honest, Eradication Day sounds it's like a little too on the nose. Like I knew it was something really gnarly. Like the second they said Eradication Day, I was like, oh, okay, it's something to do with genocide or public death. I'm sure." Which
is cool. Well, I mean, it goes with the flavor of what's happening.
Yeah, I guess if everyone no longer cares anymore about if they're so numb to it that they're like, oh, this is the normal, then I guess it wouldn't be a bad thing.
I wouldn't be surprised if Alison Pill ends up being a Borg queen. You know, John, you're onto something there. She's, I feel like, and we saw from the clips, you know, we're theorizing that she's going to be either the Borg queen will get inside of her somehow, or she'll be assimilated in some way. I'm not exactly sure, but something's going to happen where she's in a red dress walking down Los Angeles in 2024. So,
well, that'd be cool. I actually like that actress too. I thoroughly hated her character in season 1.
Alison Pill?
Allison, no, you're talking
Girardi?
Girardi.
Yeah. Her name's Alison Pill, the actor.
Girardi. Yeah, they're gonna save a lot of money walking around present day Los Angeles. That's true. Actually, no. That's untrue. If you've been to Los Angeles, you know.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
That the cleaning fees alone, right? Just cleaning the streets that they're filming on is going to cost them hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah, good luck pushing out them homeless people, man.
Listen, I am not even making a joke right now.
Right.
Drive through downtown LA right now, and you tell me what you see. On your left, homeless people. On your right, dirty mattresses and piles of garbage. In the center divider, more tents and dirty crap.
Yeah.
And all the people that were selling oranges and flowers, they're gone. But what did they leave behind? Oh, get rid of the people trying to make a living, but leave all the crap they had there sitting on the off-ramp. There's giant carts and just garbage. It is like driving through a dumpster.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous
really
how gross it is down there.
And what's terrible is, see, that they have to show 2024 in as a clean and okay place, because the bad stuff is supposed to occur after the event takes place.
Right.
So they won't want to show a bunch of homeless people and a bunch of stuff, and that's what downtown LA is full of. So it'll be interesting to see what they choose to shoot.
Yeah. That's so true. I'm going to consider it now. Listen, hey, so the cleaning cost is going to be, well, let's just say this, Alec. I think it might be easier for us to CGI all the trash out of the shot
than to pay for it.
Can we just shoot this Los Angeles on a green screen? Is that an option?
Nice.
Because we can't. It's really hard for us to stop the homeless from stealing our cameras. I mean, it's never ending. It's like the Attack of the Living Dead in downtown LA.
It's really bad.
Los Angeles is a disaster. Oh my God, it's so bad.
Maria with T and Telly, thank you for the subscription.
Who else? John Burns, as the EMH might say, some magnesium chloride for a literal shot of salt in the wound. Yeah, that was Wesley. Wesley, is it magnesium chloride, or would it be sodium citrate? No,
okay.
Calcium carbonate, probably.
Yeah, Terry is here to improve Trek, we hope. That's right. We want Terry McAuliffe to improve Trek.
Yeah, they have to CGI all the dirty mattresses out of the street.
It's disgusting.
It's so bad. You guys, there is human feces on the floor in Los Angeles. It's like, I was going to say it's almost as bad as San Francisco, but then you see all the shots of San Francisco where they're like sweeping up barrels and barrels of syringes off the street.
Yeah, all the syringes.
I've never been to San Francisco, so I can't comment, but I've been to LA recently, and it's rough, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, the EMH, the emergency medical hologram. I love Robert Picardo, even though I hate his politics. Yeah.
Prince would jump from a stage with 15 feet up wearing heels, really?
Dude's crazy, man.
Respect. Yeah. That's all I gotta say. Respect.
You know, it's funny. He and Michael Jackson didn't like each other either. Michael got him into the spotlight.
Really?
Yeah, but ended up Prince didn't really like Michael.
No joke. Hey, Maria with T and Telly. How do I recognize that name from somewhere?
Because we did a interview with her. That is Tinkerbell.
Oh yeah, she worked on the Orville stuff.
Yeah. Oh, she worked on Star Trek stuff.
Or Star Trek stuff. That's right.
She has a great story too. Okay, so let's what
wait,
are we
was
doing next?
there's a Harry Kim comment. I'm sorry. We have to go find that real quick. Where's the Harry Kim comment?
He says we need to have a Harry Kim on the Orville.
Oh, yeah, that'd be cool. I thought you were mentioning that Harry Kim would still be in Star Trek in this timeline, but he's still an ensign.
Oh my gosh.
I want to see a reference to Harry Kim at some point. Like, maybe he traveled in time a couple times. What if they reference him in some way, and on the screen it still says Ensign Kim.
Ensign Kim, that'd be great. Well, they did have a USS Janeway in this episode.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Oh, I love that General Cisco.
It was great.
Callback. I love that.
Yeah.
Although I know we're never gonna see Cisco ever again in Star Trek because the actor that plays him is
crazy.
Yeah, he's nuts, right?
Yeah, so
I don't want to say anything mean about the guy, but he seems like he's like.
Well, I mean, when you saw from the Captain's documentary, he was just not able to work with William Shatner at all on that. So he just kept. It was weird. Remember there at the piano, and he's like sing song, and it was just very odd. So
yeah,
but they did mention 3 captains in this episode alone. So we got Kirk, we've got Janeway, and we got Cisco.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so someone said that Spock might still be alive in this universe.
Oh, Sarek. He said, well, Spock.
Because they killed Sarek in front of his son. That means Spock is still on Vulcan.
Yeah, likely. Yeah, he's probably still alive. Or at least, well, he would be very old at this point. But he could be alive, yeah.
Yeah, he would be very old, right? Yeah, because even in the Kelvin universe, he was super old.
I mean, he could still be alive.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
I mean, we're not going to see him, obviously, because Leonard Nimoy's not with us, but...
You guys haven't done anything with Maria, with T and Tilly. We didn't?
We didn't?
I thought we did.
I might be getting the names mixed up.
Why do I recognize the name? PJ, you got to help me out.
Because you've seen her on something else.
Was I on stream with her at some point?
Probably on an Orville stream.
I must have been on Orville stream.
I don't know. We know a lot of people.
Yeah, so
we're glad you're here.
I must recognize her from a stream with you, PJ. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I want to see Jake Sisko. Oh yeah, we might see Jake Sisko. Oh,
you could see Jake Sisko.
Oh snaps! I actually was on a stream with that actor once too. He's doing like YouTube streams, dude. His name is Sirach Lofton. He's still active.
You know what you could actually do? You could get from the Orville. We could get what's his name to come back because he played in Star Trek as a kid.
Yeah, it's true.
Scott Grimes. Scott Grimes could be his character grown up.
Dude, Sirach Lofton, who plays Jake, he also played Jacob in the Star Trek Renegades, the fan series that they made.
Yeah.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, it's not as IMDb, but I can totally see them keeping that off the IMDb as like a throwaway, as like a member berry or something. Oh, yeah. She's PJ's co-host. That's how I recognize her.
I told you.
Told you, man. I told you it was a stream.
No, I told you she was on with PJ.
You're right. And he's doing, so Sirach is doing a YouTube channel. Cool. All right. Well, that's enough about Picard. Here's the deal. We are because we're doing a show every Friday, it sort of works out perfectly that the show airs on Thursday and we get to talk about Picard the following day.
Yep.
Which is exactly how this show started 2 or 3 years ago when Orville was airing on Thursday. We started doing the Orville Pickup Party on Friday. So we'll do the same thing for Picard.
Yeah, and if you didn't know, FNPP, because you see it in the social media stuff, is Friday Night Pickle Party. So,
right, Friday night pickle party. Okay.
Oh, let's see. John Burns says, "Did you see my Doctor Strange comment way above?" Let's see.
I didn't see it. Anyways, if you're watching this segment right now, hit that subscribe button on the way to the comment section to leave a comment on what you think about Picard Season 2. And we're going to move on from this topic.
Yeah, John wants to know when we're going to go to Vegas. John, as soon as freaking possible.
Yes.
As soon as we can.
Yeah, we are so tired of being here right now. So, like being in staying in this general area for the last 3 years.
Well, I mean, we did go visit We went to the convention.
Oh, we did. Yeah, that was sort of a bummer though too. It was like it was still sort of lockdown.
Oh, I see. You know what, John? Brian mentioned this. He said, "Yeah, you said that the Q is simply Doctor Strange or Kushner in the butterfly effect, and hasn't strangled himself in the womb yet." Okay, yeah, that's cool.
That's great.
All right, what's next, babe?
All right, we are talking about I Am Legend. I Am Legend. Hear me whimper. All right, so
Hear me whimper.
I don't know. I don't really care about this at all.
Did you not like the original movie?
No, I liked it, sort of.
Oh, that means you didn't like it.
No,
Okay.
no. It doesn't mean no. Hold up. No, that's not what it means.
Well, you said sorta,
Yeah, because it was a zombie film,
which I like.
but it wasn't like regular zombies. They were like hardcore zombies,
Yeah.
and I didn't like the movie.
Okay. See, that's okay. It's okay.
I'm realizing right now I didn't like the movie. I like the idea of the movie. I didn't like the movie.
I enjoyed the movie because I'm a dystopian.
Yeah. I don't like the end of the world movies very much
I love them.
because
I
there's
don't
nowhere
know
to
why.
go. Like you already ruined the world. Like what are you saving?
I love him. I don't know why, but I love that Will Smith did this whole like last man on Earth kind of thing, and I really enjoyed the movie. And of course, he self-sacrifices at the end, and they end up actually getting the cure to the safe zone in this movie. So in the first movie, so I'm very curious to see how they will do the next chapter with Will Smith and Michael B. Jordan in the movie. They're going to star and produce it together. Now, what's really interesting about this is that Akiva Goldsman is back to write and produce this movie. He did the first one. And of course, Akiva Goldsman because he is heavily involved in both Picard and Strange New Worlds with Star Trek.
Interesting.
So he's going to be focused on that, which leads me to believe if he's going to be doing this, does that mean he's going to be pulling back from Star Trek? And what does that mean for those Star Trek shows?
Yeah, I like how Will Smith got Michael B. Jordan. He goes, listen, hey man, bro, listen, come do this movie with me. We can both direct and produce.
Yeah, and Will Smith, you know why he's doing it, right? You know what Michael said? He's like, hey, Will, is this going to be a bust or not? Because Will seems to be making a lot of busts lately.
Yeah, I think he had to give him all that credits that Michael B. Jordan would
do it,
would invest, not
right.
just like his time, but like his like, oh, I'm invested. I'm all about it. His charisma. And here's the deal. It's weird. I like Michael B. Jordan as an actor in some things, and I absolutely hate him in other things. And it's the weirdest thing, this actor.
Yeah.
Because there's movies I watch that I wouldn't even normally like, but I like because of Michael B. Jordan.
He's not a good bad guy, bro.
He is a very bad guy. Okay, is that what's going on? He can't
play the bad guy. He's a good guy.
Yeah,
he's a bad guy.
Because I did not like him in Black Panther at all.
No, he was terrible in that movie.
Terrible.
Yeah, he played a terrible bad guy.
Everyone's talking about how great he was in Black Panther. I'm like, did we watch the same movie? What are you talking about?
But he is awesome in Creed.
Yeah, he's awesome in Creed.
Yeah.
And I normally don't even like those kind of movies like Creed. I'm not even a fan. But I loved him in Creed. He also did something else. He did this Fahrenheit 451. I like that movie. Fantastic Four was a bust, but he did pretty good as Johnny Storm.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. He was that, wasn't he?
Yeah. Oh, that's right. He was in Friday Night Lights. That's where I got my that's where I first started watching him. Anyways, he was great. He's great in Creed, great in Fahrenheit, and I hated him so much in Black Panther. The character
tough.
bugged me so much.
It was tough. Very, very hard. He's also in these kind of weird movies like Without Remorse, and he did a like a John Clancy movie, and I didn't really like him so much in those roles. There's something about him and his charisma when he's playing a character that has a good heart and has a positive agenda. I don't know if he can play something else.
Well, we're gonna see him in a dystopian film. He can't be that positive.
Creed 3's filming right now.
You know what's funny is while we're watching this, I was getting a shot of this headline: Deadpool 3.
Yes, I saw that. Yep.
I know that's not on our list, but how are they doing a Deadpool 3? Deadpool's a part of a Disney film now.
Well, who says Disney won't do a Deadpool movie?
There's no way Disney has a character who says the F word like it's a noun and shows his penis to the camera. Not gonna happen, dude.
No, there's definitely going to have to be some. There's going to have to be some differences, but I would not be surprised at all. I mean, Disney's entering new territory, and with some of the bad decisions that they've been making, they're going to have to utilize all their assets to keep things growing.
Okay, so we'll save this story for next week because there's a lot more.
Yeah, save it because I didn't. It actually came out as I was collecting the news, but like at the end. So I was like, I'm not
We'll talk about that next week when we can actually research it. That's going to be interesting.
Yeah, but anyways,
the Deadpool 3 is Deadpool going to be in Doctor Strange? Because didn't we
maybe
see him in that poster?
All right, we didn't end up on this one yet. We're
We'll
supposed to
get
talk
into it
about
later.
it next week.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk about Moonfall real quick before we go to the member section. Yeah.
Yes, is that where we're at next? Roland Emmerich?
Yep, Roland Emmerich, Moonfall has bombed its way into the record books.
Damn, we talked about this before. It just breaks my heart to see a disaster movie, to have this happen to it. I mean, by no means was it like a blockbuster, wonderful movie that was just like you gotta see it movie, but it wasn't a bad movie either. Did you end up seeing it?
No.
Okay, well, there's part of the problem. You haven't seen it, and so therefore it failed.
I haven't had time. I wanted to.
No, so
I haven't seen Jackass yet either.
What's interesting about this, I haven't seen that one either. What's interesting about this, and the fact that it has bombed its way, is that I didn't realize this, but Roland Emmerich could not get this movie made. So none of the studios would really back him. So he ended up going out and getting private money from investors. Okay?
Okay.
The movie ended up costing, $140 million, not including marketing. It has only made $39 million to date at the global box office. That means that investors lost $100 million on this movie.
Oh my God.
Which makes me wonder, is Roland Emmerich going to be able to get another movie made? You know, if he's like, hey, I want to do another disaster movie. And so he's like, oh, yeah. Remember Moonfall? People with money aren't going to want to back something that's just going to lose money.
No, his next job, I will bet you everything I have. His next job will be some kind of return to something he's already done that was successful.
In order to get a green light for it, 100%, because there's no way anybody's. But I'm not sure they're going to let him make another movie. I mean, he's got so many failures recently. I mean, he does have the good, the 2012s and The Day After Tomorrow, and of course Independence Day. He's got those in his pocket.
Even Independence Day 2 was a match.
I know.
How did you fail at making that movie?
It didn't fail. The movie was just bad. It made money. It made money.
Yeah,
but it just wasn't a good movie.
Yeah, so that movie would have made money. The second you say Independence Day 2,
right? You
could have started with Jeff Goldblum and then had an hour of him taking a dump and it would have made money.
Right. No, you're right. But if you look at his other movies, and we'll just look at them really quick. Roland Emmerich, he has, and we've done this. I know we've done this recently, but
we always do this.
I know. We have this obsession with Roland Emmerich. I don't know why.
Because he made Stargate, bro.
That's why he did Stargate, and that's So I'm going to go to director because we want to look at these. So Midway did not do well. Independence Day Resurgence was okay, but it made enough money. White House Down made its money back. You know, to be honest with you, he hasn't made a bomb. Midway didn't do well in 2019. Moonfall's the really only monetary bomb he has.
Right, definitely not. Not received very well though.
I mean, he did The Patriot, bro. Patriot's a great movie. Godzilla. I mean, 10,000 BC was not great, but it didn't lose a bunch of money.
So if he comes back to do something, it'll be something with Godzilla, I bet you.
Maybe, but I'm really shocked that he couldn't get studios to do this movie with him, considering the success he's had. And it looks like...
Because he was coming off of Independence Day Resurgence, dude. Jesus.
That's not why.
I think any savvy investor's got to be like, the movie made money, but it should have made way more money.
Yeah. Well, Midway ended up making $130 million, so it did okay.
Still hasn't announced to play the direct Stargate, even though he said he's never going to direct Stargate as long as he lives.
He's not going to, bro.
Yeah.
But he, so he didn't really have a bomb. But the fact that nobody wanted to work with him is very interesting to me, because he really didn't have a bomb. Now, I know he did movies we've talked about that we didn't like, but there was no reason to turn him down. He ended up. Let's see who distributed the movie. I think. Let's see.
There was plenty of advertising. I was interested in watching it. I just
we don't know who paid for the advertising.
There was a lot of advertising. I wanted to go watch it, but when I didn't watch it that opening week, I lost motivation to watch it after all the reviews came in. I'm like, well, I'm not gonna go out of my way,
to watch it.
I'll wait for it now, I guess.
It's being compared to flops like Mars Needs Moms and The Adventures of Pluto Nash. Ouch.
That's right.
Yeah, and 1995's Cutthroat Island. And all those had huge budgets and made not very much money.
Yeah, I love this this review. He said, if you take parts of 20 other movies and mash them together, you get Moonfall. Because I'm a sci-fi junkie and I can enjoy a stupid, mindless action flick. I still find Armageddon highly entertaining, and to this day, I'm the kind of person who loves these kind of movies, except when they're complete trash.
That's not fair.
This movie was terrible and had almost no redeeming qualities.
That's not fair.
The only thing I mildly enjoyed was some of the cool-looking scenes of destruction.
That was cool, but listen, if you're not a fan of the Hollow Moon theory, then maybe you don't care. But I'm sorry, the third act of this movie is totally fascinating to me. As a conspiracy theory lover, I absolutely loved it, and all the graphics of the moon coming down to Earth and stuff, while probably totally completely unrealistic, they failed in the getting the actor category, which is where Emmerich tends to fail at times. When he wants to put a lot of money into a movie, he wants the graphics and special effects to be good, but he tends to go light on the actors at times.
Right.
Lionsgate was who distributed the movie. And somebody says here, yeah, Lionsgate will never want to do that again.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, they talk about it. You looked at what went wrong, right? And so this is another part of the conversation that's interesting. We've hit on this too. Movies like The Batman and what was it, Spider-Man, right, did really well. Like, people showed up to watch those movies.
Right.
But the smaller movies that people make, like The Last Duel and West Side Story, they're not making their money. Fans aren't showing up at the theaters to go see those movies. It's almost like, would you say, Brian, that streaming is keeping people at home and they're only willing to venture out if it's like a huge blockbuster movie?
And we segue. We are segueing to why commercials are coming to the biggest streamers.
Wait, before we do that, let's look at what's. We got some comments here.
I'm just saying that was a perfect segue. I don't know.
It was a good segue. It was a good segue. Let's see.
We gotta start marking the end of our comments.
I know, right?
Yeah, keep going back.
I liked him in Space Jam 2. Archmage, I'm totally impressed that you admitted that you like Space Jam 2 right here.
Who said
Or
that?
that you admitted that you watched it.
Who said
Archmage
that?
Frey. Archmage Frey.
Sorry, Archmage.
He liked Michael B. Jordan in it, let's be fair. And he did, that is his father's legacy. So, okay. I'm okay with that.
Sorry, what are you talking about?
Michael B. Jordan was in Space Jam 2. He wasn't the main character.
Was he in Space Jam 2?
Yeah, it's on his IMDb.
So first off, I don't
Did you
remember
see it?
him in Space Jam 2, and he's not related to Michael Jordan.
He's his son, dude. Yeah.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he is.
No.
Go ahead, look it up. I'll wait and drink coffee.
He's related to the basketball player.
Yeah.
Get the hell out of here.
How the hell do you think he got in the movies in the first place? Luck? Yeah. That's his child.
I have so much less respect for him now.
No, don't. I mean, he's earning his own. I mean, once he got there, he did fine.
I didn't know he was related. First of all, I didn't know he was related to Michael Jordan, the Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
And I didn't know he was in Space Jam 2. And Space Jam 2 was one of the worst movies I have ever seen in my life. I don't think I've ever seen a movie that was basically 2 hours of advertisements.
Oh, my God.
Loosely put together with LeBron James, who couldn't act his way out of a parking ticket. The guy is the worst actor ever to grace the screen in a movie that is 2 hours of basically pop-up ads. It's like pop-up ad, the movie, with a basketball player no one cares about anymore. Jeez.
Yeah. But he is considered one of the greatest of all time. Maybe there's an argument between him and Michael Jordan, but we don't need to talk
He
about
played himself.
it. Well,
So
did
Michael B. Jordan played himself in Space Jam: A New Legacy.
Okay.
So this guy, our what's his name? Frey?
Yeah.
He must be making a joke.
I don't know. Well, maybe. It could be. Well, he can let us know here.
Let us know.
No, he says, I hate the movie, just him in it.
Oh, I see.
like-
All right. That's okay.
That's fair.
So he
The
played
Patriot-
himself in the movie. Yeah.
Yeah. And John says, The Patriot is great if history is important to you. That is true, John. Like most historical movies that are not accurate. But I got to tell you, Mel Gibson in that scene where he decides he's going to finally fight and he just starts taking out,
Yeah.
the English. Woo! Hot.
And I like Mel Gibson in Signs a lot too. Love that. Love that movie.
Yeah, it's not a bad movie.
Because if I told you my theory on that movie, you would like it more.
Okay, tell me afterwards.
I'll tell you afterwards.
I don't want to hear about it right now because you have so many theories I can't keep up.
But I think I actually think this theory is correct.
Okay. Well, maybe if it's good, we'll talk about it next week.
Yeah. And maybe in a future Popcast video.
Yeah, well, maybe.
All right.
Are we going to do commercials, kill the streaming
Yeah,
star?
why not? We're already 2 hours into it, so.
Okay, so let's real quick. And the reason why this is brought up, listen, I don't know if you guys are as fascinated with the streaming wars. I guess that's what you want to call it, right? We're like still at the beginning of the change in television. From classic traditional TV to we live in a streaming universe, right, Brian?
Right.
And so anytime we get some interesting news, we just kind of want to follow it. We're kind of tracking it. We're Popcast historians for that reason, right?
Yeah, pop culture historians.
And so Disney recently announced it's going to have another level where you can pay less to watch Disney Plus, but you got to get commercials.
Okay, I'm cool with that.
Well, some people already have that, right?
Because I wouldn't utilize it.
You wouldn't utilize it, right?
I wouldn't utilize it if I couldn't afford my car payment. I would
Okay.
rather start taking the bus than knock my memberships on streaming down to include
gosh.
advertisements.
Okay, so guys, listen to us real quick here. Okay. And help us out with this. We want to hear your guys' opinions in the chat. All right. So Brian is a guy who will avoid commercials at any cost. But essentially, instead of feeding his children, he'll pay for subscriptions so that he doesn't have to watch commercials.
I refuse to sit
Yeah.
there and watch commercials. In fact, when Paramount Plus forces me to watch an ad for one of their shows before my show, I lose my mind. Like when I saw the Strange New World teaser at the beginning of Picard, I'm like, why am I watching this? What is this? Did I click on this? Did I click on the trailer? Here's a little trick for you. If you have Paramount Plus and you call them or you do the cancel thing and ask you why, you can say because of ads. And if you're on this ad-free plan, they'll say, wait a minute, we'll give you a free month. And they'll give you a free month to stay. And let me tell you something. I've done that 3 times.
What?
Not in a row, but I've done it 3 times now. And
so you got 3 free months?
Next month, when I get infuriated by an ad, the first thing I do is I pull my phone out, hit that contact section, and start canceling. And I'll get to that page. And if it happens a 4th time, I will report back here because there's a hack.
That is a hack, guys. I'm going to try that one. Although, the problem is I'm not paying. Okay, so here's the thing is I don't like commercials either, but I'm not willing to pay more for my subscription service to get the commercials away. So what I want to know from you guys right now is, are you the kind of person who will pay for the bigger, pay more money to get no commercials, or are you cool with getting commercials and paying less? And we would love to hear from you guys how you feel about that. Because Brian and I are completely opposite sides of the spectrum on this. I don't think the commercials are that big of a deal. It gives me an opportunity to check my phone for 60 to 90 seconds or whatever, and then I can go back to the show. But some people really hate the commercials and can't stand them and willing to pay more. So anyways, apparently Disney Plus is offering this, and there's this entire article that basically talks about, and specifically how Netflix is saying they won't do it. But Netflix has looked into the fact, and this may happen coming up pretty soon. If you're a fan of watching the Bridgerton series, the early years, it's going to be sponsored by Lexus. So Netflix is looking at not having commercials, but having a show sponsored by a product, because ad dollars, bro.
So
ad dollars.
Is that product going to be in the show, or is it going to be like?
It'll be at the beginning.
Start with like Bridgerton, sponsored by Lexus.
Yes, I think that's what you're going to get.
Greatest car ever. Blah 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 blah. Like a quick little blurb, and then go.
Right, and then inside the show, you're probably going to see, Lexus vehicles at some point or something.
If I start watching ads on Netflix, that will be the final nail in the coffin. If I am forced to watch a single thing that I didn't expressly click, I'm not, mark my words, I'm not joking at all. It's not even a joke. If I click on something on Netflix and I watch anything but what I clicked on, I will 100% cancel my account. And I've had Netflix since Netflix existed. I've had my account since my email was a Hotmail. I'm not joking.
Okay.
I've had Netflix since the year they came out as a streaming service. I signed up when it was like $5 a month. And I have been with them the whole time. I will cancel my account the second I have to watch a single advertisement.
Because you're paying for a service that you don't have to.
Yes.
Interesting.
And I have stuck with them for so many years because they didn't do anything crazy like that. Even when Hulu did, when Crackle did, when everything else did this crap, Netflix never did.
But we've always talked about it. And so I want to prepare you. Let's emotionally prepare you for this moment.
Cancellation.
I know, but we got to emotionally prepare you, because here's what's going to happen. Once you have max number of subscribers, we've talked about this, that Netflix or Amazon or any of these places can have, in order to continue growing as a business, you have to make more money. So you either have to charge more, or you have to take money from advertisers. There's no other way about it.
Or you can create another tiered account below it. And say, we're going to have ads on this account if you want us to pay half the price.
Okay, so you're cool with that model?
100%.
As long as you don't have to do it.
As long as I have the option for no advertisements. I know you think it's hilarious, but I'm not joking.
I do. I think it's hilarious.
If there is a service that says, "Hey, you pay for this," and there are no ads, then I should never see an ad, ever. Okay, I get it. Google's mad.
Okay. All right. So this is good. All right, we're going to come over here in a second. I definitely want to just shout out right now. Thank you, PJ, for talking about sharing the stream for us. If you guys haven't had a chance to go look at Orville Nation, you need to make sure you go over and check out his content. He's really got a great channel, and he's a great friend of the show. So thank you for that.
Yeah, John Burns says if Netflix had ads with actors from a Netflix show being advertised, I wouldn't mind.
That's interesting.
I mean,
an ad with Ryan Reynolds and
yeah.
D.
So if you make it, so Marvel does these things where they have the end credit scene, right? Those are basically ads. So if your ad is somehow cleverly included in the show in some way, and it actually has weight in the show in some way, that doesn't bother me. But when you stop what I'm watching, go to something else, and then come back to what I'm watching, that is what I think is a commercial. So if the kind of ads are like integrated in some way into the show, and you're not breaking the pace, I'm cool with it. Like when they go, all right, I was watching White Collar the other day, and the guy said, no, we'll take my Mercedes or something like that. And the camera pans across the Mercedes logo. And he gets into this thing, and the camera follows his hands down as he starts doing all his hands-free crap.
Oh, my God.
And it's like, where are you going? Here. And it was obviously part of a commercial that was part of the show, right?
It was placement, right.
It was obviously placement. But it didn't stop me from watching what I was watching. It was integrated into the show. If they do that, fine. I'm okay with that kind of a commercial. But I'm not okay with you stopping what I'm watching, going to something else, and then coming back. I'm not cool with that.
Well, but we may judge you on the quality of your content if you make the commercial part of the show.
Right. Yes. So. Yes. Yeah. If the entire show has like 15 integrated sponsors, you're like, all right, come.
Like, did they eat at McDonald's again today? It's like the third time in this episode they've had McDonald's.
They even sang the tune or whatever. Yeah.
Da, 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 right.
I'm loving it. And they act like this.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
You think they're going to find the body?
Yeah, listen. Or the guy like, he must have caught in a late train. He puts his Ray-Bans on, it focuses on me, he goes, dun, dun. Listen, if that kind of stuff is happening, we're gonna judge your content, sure, but I don't consider that a commercial. So,
fair enough. Oh, look at this! Look at this! It's here. It says, but while increasing the number of subscribers is becoming harder to do, the need for that growth has not gotten any less urgent. Right. All those new shows that keep getting announced cost money, and streamers, especially Netflix, have been financing these productions on the promise of becoming widely distributed around the globe. Disney and Warner Media, for example, have both told Wall Street they believe they can roughly double their current audience bases within the next 2 to 3 years. Brother, it's coming. You're either going to pay more or you got to have ads.
Yeah, and I get that. I also don't understand. I mean, I know that you have to have growth. Right? Netflix has to make more money every year.
Right.
But my question is, what if you just made the billions of dollars you're already making?
Is
that a problem if you just stay at the same place?
Well, it depends on if you're a publicly traded company.
Because they're making billions with a B,
right,
per month.
Yeah.
I mean, at what point? What point does attrition kick in and you can't grow anymore? Now it's entropy is bound to happen at some point.
Yeah, humans used to go to war all the time. Now they go to work, go to business. Business is war. It's like global domination. You can do it through business. I think the human nature, makes them want to be bigger and bigger and better. I don't know. So the whole goal is to make money for your.
So offering a smaller product, with ads is a way for them to get more subscribers that didn't want to spend the $15 or whatever.
Right. And increase revenue because you're bringing in subscriber dollars.
Because you're still bringing in subscriber dollars, even if it's at a lower rate. But
Ad
now
dollar.
you're going to bring in ad dollars.
Right.
And ad dollars can actually make more than those subscribers are making. All right. And that's the trade-off. Like, okay, we're going to charge you $6 or $7 instead of $15, and you got to watch ads. And there's plenty of people that are like, oh, cool, I'm cool with that. And they throw their $7 on there, and now they got to watch ads. And for them, they don't care. Now you're making that subscriber money, you're making the ad money, and now maybe you'll keep making a TV show past 3 seasons because the advertisers will pay more to be on a show that is being watched more.
Exactly. So now we get back to getting more seasons because we were talking about it recently. What's going to stop them from ever making a show more than three seasons? Once they have max subscribers, they're not going to make any more episodes because it's just costing them more money.
There's no reason to continue making Lost in Space when you're going to have to pay the actors more money.
Right. But if Lexus says, look, we'll give you $1 million a year to let us be the only advertiser on Lost in Space.
Like, oh, okay. Well, they're covering the entire thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't
We'll
Discovery
pay for the show.
Discovery did that with Netflix, right? Didn't Netflix pay for like an entire season of
The
Discovery?
first 2 seasons of Discovery were paid for by Netflix.
Oh my God.
Because they wanted the overseas distribution rights.
Right. So that's the key. And you know what? If that's it, great. I think in just like, I know people don't like President Trump, but ex-President Trump used to say, there's always a win-win-win opportunity in business if you think hard enough. And I think in this situation, it's a win-win-win. The subscribers win, the advertisers win, Netflix wins. And then even the people that aren't paying for the cheaper price, they're paying for the ad-free experience, they win because they get more content. It's literally a triple win.
Yeah.
So I'm cool with that. Let's do it.
Everybody loves to win, bro.
Netflix, you hear me? I have agreed. I've signed off. As your oldest subscriber, and I currently own Netflix stock, so I'm definitely an investor.
Yes.
0.00000000001% of an investment. I agree. I agree to your terms. Please continue to make Lost in Space.
Nice. Oh my gosh, this is great. We're not done though. We are not done. We got more to talk about.
Yes, but not here. Unfortunately, my friends, we are going to go over to the Popcast Prime channel, or our main channel.
Yep.
Now, here's the dealio. If you want to continue watching and talking with us, hanging out, you can go over there and join. I'm going to put the link in a comment for you. It's also in the description of the video you're watching on Unleashed. And you know what? If you are watching on a TV, you can hit that. Go to popcast.co/join, and you will see this exact same stream, but it's now playing over there. We're going to leave this channel and go over to the main channel for all of our members. We do this every week. If you're new here, every single week.
And here's what we're going to be talking about while we're there, Brian, real quick.
Real quick. Every single week, we do the first half of the show here, and then we finish the show there. Go ahead, Shane.
Yes. So we're going to be talking about the Obi-Wan Kenobi teaser trailer. Big deal, just dropped. It's fantastic. You're going to want to hear about this. We're going to be talking about the Star Wars Galactic Cruiser Hotel, which we got some in-depth information about, and we want to talk about whether it's worth it. And we're going to be talking about Quantum Leap's, the new cast that they just brought out, and we do believe we know when Scott Bakula, Sam Beckett will come back to the show. If a couple of certain things happen, we're going to share that as well. And we're also going to talk about Brian dropped a little bit, what video we have coming out on Saturday for Stargate.
Yes, we are doing a Stargate video. We will talk about it more on the other side. John, I missed your comment, dude. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah. Which one? John, throw it out there real quick.
Oh, Space Jam 2 was perfect for a Ryan George pitch meeting. Yeah. If that's the one you're talking about, yeah. Ryan, if you guys have not seen the Ryan George pitch meetings on YouTube, check it out. They're hilarious. Basically, the guy pitches a movie idea. Ryan and Dwayne? What? Oh,
he commented on Ryan and Dwayne. No, I said something about it, John. He said a commercial with Ryan Reynolds and Dwayne would be cool.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you guys haven't seen Ryan George, go check it out. The pitch meetings are when he pitches an idea for a movie, and it's ridiculous, and then you realize it's actually a movie.
It's actually a movie, yeah. Hey, we got Danny Rowe over. Hey, Danny, good to see you again. Long-time subscriber.
Okay, guys, we are cutting the video off here, and we're going to be on the Popcast Prime.
All right, we'll see you guys later. If
we'll
you
see
come
you over
over
there.
with us. Otherwise, we'll see you next Friday.
Later, Gators. Okay, we are on the main channel. What's up, members? How's it going?
What is with this talk? What is this?
I don't
What is
know.
this? Are you getting tired? You had a tough week with your sickness.
Well, yeah, I've been up since really early. You know, I'm doing the editing, and I'm not tired per se. I'm just sort of like definitely in an odd mood. That's for sure.
You kind of like, yeah, you're feeling weird.
Oh, a little loopy. I might have had too much Dayquil. I'll tell you what, right now.
That's right. You just downed like a half a bottle of Dayquil.
I'm gonna top this.
You're not taking the NyQuil, right?
No, I'm doing Dayquil. Check out what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the Dayquil. I'm gonna mix a little Red Bull in there, and I'm gonna shake it up real good.
What did you say? Red Bull? What
Yeah, Red Bull.
the hell's wrong?
Shake
with
up the Red Bull with the Dayquil. That tastes like trash. That is not a good flavor. No, it's not. But it makes me feel good.
you? Nice.
All right. All right. So let's get on to the member section. What was